see. Let me see. There we go. I'm gonna get the hang of this any day now. I promise.
That was awesome.
We had this great roll in, and then I took everybody off the screen. Any day now.
Maybe next week.
Any day.
All right, I'm gonna fix my hair. So here we are.
We're
doing it again.
We are. How have you been? What's going on over there?
I'm great. Well, I'm excited to be. I am actually coming to you live from the Girls Rising headquarters, and we're feeling free enough to venture out. And I've got my sister Kathy here in the studio with me. We've decided to move into a pod for the summer that consists of anyone with, Henderson only pod. So we've slowly been inching ourselves closer to one another. So I'll be able to spend the summer with Sibby and my parents out at the pool, which is an advantage, necessary.
Absolutely.
But I will remain in the background unless
we are still trying to keep a few inches from each other, and we both do have masks, but I think we've all
yeah.
I don't know what to say. I don't even know. If someone would give me a little guidance and guidelines, I would know what to do. But we've decided our rule is as we expand the circle,
right,
you have to have the last name Henderson to get into the circle.
I like it.
But I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means.
So I don't want to delay too much. I want to get right into this show with us that we have tonight. Who is our first person?
Let's wind it up because this is a super exciting broadcast that we've got tonight.
Absolutely.
Our first guest, who am I going to introduce first?
I don't know.
I think we're going to go with this first guest is an artist that we spent a week with on a journey across the ocean. She is an R&B artist. She is, truly, I believe she's one of my soul spirits. She and I walked onto the Melissa Etheridge cruise, and within 15 minutes of being on the boat, smacked into each other at the cookie table and never left each other's sides. As often as we could be together, we were. And I think as soon as you all met her, you realized that she too was your soul connection. So we've got who we call Cookie, but her real name is Tonya Boyd-Cannon.
Let's bring Tonya in. Hi, Tonya.
Come say hi to Tonya. She's here.
I know. I'm still I'm not sure how close to get.
It's so exciting. I will say that we met on a boat on a cruise, and I didn't think it was possible to raise the roof.
Yeah,
where there was none.
Oh my goodness!
But Cookie, Tonya, when you performed, it was the heavens just opened, and it was. I still remember those moments. They were just so special.
Thank you.
Tonya, you were on the boat with our other good friend, Sarah Potenza, right? And you two ladies had an experience together, didn't you?
Yes. So we met back in 2014, 2015 on The Voice, season 8. And we both took the same journey. We were both finalists, semifinalists on the show. And it's crazy because the way she and I met was pretty much similar. We were in a restaurant, and she was sitting by herself. I was by myself. It was let's just sit together, and we have been pretty much inseparable ever since. And she would say we're just sisters, so that's been my sister since.
You two are definitely sisters. That is obvious. The way you two sing together is bananas.
Thank you.
Absolutely bananas. But do you have a new album coming out? I saw something about that. And what are you doing? What are you up to?
So I besides celebrating my daughter who's a senior in high school, so we're getting ready for her drive-by graduation. She's going to Grambling State University. My son's a senior now. He's an incoming senior with honors. So I have two adults. My husband and I, we often say we have roommates. So because they eat up everything in the house, but they make sure the chores are done. So we don't have to worry about expenses. However, they just handle the business in the house. But with all of that, I have been working on my third album. We were scheduled to drop this summer, which is possibly going to be pushed back towards the end of August, pretty much September. This album is called From the Soul of a Preacher's Kid. And being a PK, I think, I feel we are often put on a certain pedestal and we're not given room for error. And so through my life, I've learned that that error just makes me human. So the world is, you know, those who are believers and so caught up, they feel like we shouldn't waver. And so through my experience through life and just through the music industry alone, I've become so accustomed to believing what I believe and celebrating that all cultures, all religions and love, life and all of that, and through my music. So I'm dedicating this one to the younger me, as well as to those who paved the way for me. My aunt Aretha Franklin, Baba Fats Domino, Little Richard, you know, Miss Betty Wright, all of those who come and have dropped the jewels and left them within the world. This album is going to feature a lot of that love.
All right, good. So, you know, with that, let's bring in on our next guest, because I think you two are going to have a really good connection. And I'm so happy that I can bring you both together. Our next guest is a senior director at Pandora, and she and I met actually earlier, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was a guest on her podcast. And fortunately, she and I did it video face-to-face, but it's just an audio podcast. But we got to really make a connection over the line. And I mean, we could have stayed on the phone. You know, we could have stayed on the line all day. We had a great time. And I just knew that connection was going to bring us someplace else. And it brings us to this evening. So I've invited Lauren D. Williams to be on because she's over at Pandora. And I just thought you two definitely need to connect because you both have a little bit of the same energy, the same spirit. And we just wanted you both to be here. So Lauren, come say hello to us. Can you see us okay, kiddo?
I can see you. I don't know if you can see me.
We can see you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Come on.
Yeah. I think it's just frozen on my end, so I hope I look okay. So
you look amazing.
Awesome, perfect. Yes, thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you. You know, the time
Kristen,
we spent together.
I just want to interject really fast. I am already getting a request, Tonya, for someone who's asking where they can find your music. So before we give them a chance to get gone, where shall we send someone for your music?
iTunes. All of my music is on all MP3 digital platforms. They can find all of my music. iTunes, Spotify.
And it's Google. Tonya Boyd-Cannon.
My name's Tonya Boyd-Cannon.
Yes. Got it. All right. I'm on.
Can we find you on Pandora, Lauren D. Williams?
Yes, on Pandora. I was going to say Pandora.
On Pandora. Yeah.
On Pandora.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just thought, you know, in this time of unrest, civil unrest, and total, you know, what is there to say? I wanted to have two women who I felt could bring something to our audience this week because I feel like we all need it. And, you know, I was hoping, Lauren, I know how great you are at running things. You know, I got myself interviewed by you, so I know you know how to run things. And I thought it would be really nice if we could get a kid from our local community, a young woman. I think she's about 20 years old. She graduated recently from CW Post here on Long Island. She's a graduate of Glen Cove High School in 2015. So while Cookie was tearing it up on The Voice. Our next guest, Taylah, and I wanted Taylah to come on too. And I just thought is there anything you all want to talk about? I would love to hear from y'all and talk about, you know, really your experiences as women in the music industry, of course, women in industry, in male-dominated fields, but Black women, obviously, in this country, in your industries, and in this country, obviously, in a time of absolute craziness where I think all of us are waking up every morning with broken hearts, you know. So let's have a conversation. I want to step out really a little. Maybe Lauren, you lead us a little. Would you do that?
Sure, of course.
I'm gonna bring our friend Taylah in, who's a Long Island University postgraduate student. So Taylah, here you come.
There's Taylah. Hi, Taylah.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
So Tonya and Lauren, this is Taylah, and I would love for y'all to just want to hear from all three of you.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling right now? I'm curious from a young person's mind. what all of this feels like from your perspective.
At first, as it usually has been, because I think we've been witnessing a lot of this recently, thanks to cell phones and social media, it was scary, it's like nerve-wracking, but I think we've all known it's been going on. Some of us. So for me, I think this has actually been pretty positive for me. I think to see a lot of allies joining us, a lot of other people speaking up that usually were more quiet. I think that we're actually improving. So it is a bittersweet moment. It's sad that it's still going on, but this time I do actually see change, and I do see a lot of people speaking up. So
how about you, Tonya?
I will say it's draining. It has been draining. I was watching the news, being a mom, and I would often tell my kids when I begin to see an uprise, I would tell them, we're Black in 2018, we're Black in 2019, we're Black in 2020, and we're going through almost civil rights movement in 2020. It's almost like we're starting over. But I releasing a lot of the tension and pressure, and seeing, and I agree with Taylah, seeing and hearing our allies who are supporting and stepping up and speaking that Black lives do matter. Right. And we matter because we matter. It's so fine. One letter, one word can turn a whole conversation to something else. And it's so painful that that's where we are. And so I teach my kids, I encourage myself, my husband, to just always put your best foot forward and stand for what's right.
Yeah. I think for me, today has been a very emotional day. I work at a company that very much encourages us to put our opinions out there. And so I wrote a blog about Black Music Month, right? And it's hard to talk about positives right now when everything around you is just so overwhelmingly frustrating.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful to have that outlet, right? But it's also it's really hard to continue having conversations about things that we all have known about, right? I'm thankful that we finally have, or at least it feels like we have a lot of allies behind us to help us push this conversation in the needle forward in order to make the change that is necessary. But it's overwhelming.
Very much.
To continue to have these conversations all of the time. Like, I totally feel you. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But it's so important to continue to have these conversations, right? Like, I feel like I have a duty to do that. And so I've just been going full force ahead, writing blogs, talking to as many people as I can, whether that's internally within the walls of Pandora, or even people who are my friends who might work at other organizations, like really big organizations, whether that's in Silicon Valley, in New York City, in Chicago, wherever they may be. And so trying to continue to push that forward. But I have to agree with both of you. It's great to have allies, but it's also very tiring.
Yeah, because it's like when will the narrative change?
Right.
And how do I had a show last week. I have chills. Wow. Last week around this time, I was setting up for a show, and I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I was sitting still and I wrote a song called Pushing On. And it started off talking about just, it was almost like it was a snowball effect. Here we are with the pandemic. Now stay at home. Now here we are, screaming and continuing to get the world to understand that Black lives do matter and what's right is right. You didn't, shame on you, you were wrong.
Right.
Own up and be accountable and take accountability of what you did. As well as while people learn to take accountability, we must continue to push on, like you just said, continue to having those conversations and just never giving up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What do you think the next step is? Like, what do you think will happen after? I don't even know when to like equate it to, like the timing. I don't even know. Like, what do you think will happen in like the next 6 months, I guess?
I feel, and I love and I share this boldly when I say that there's one language that we all speak, and it's music.
So
music
true.
Connects us on every level. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you're going through. You play the right tune, and everyone joins in singing. And that problem has been forgotten about. I just hope within the next 6 months that we can begin to sing a song that speaks the same language. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I mean, that speaks the same language that brings peace to everybody. Yeah, we have to, oh my gosh, because we have the world watching us and the world is supporting us.
Yeah.
So why not provide that song from us to get the world to see that we do matter and that
It's hard. I agree with you. Music is so powerful, and it is that one thing that we all can rally around and that can bring us together. And the fact that you are creating music out of different pain or difficulties or situations, that is powerful, because having an outlet like that is something that we all need.
I just finished a master class because I work with over 300 kids in New Orleans through my nonprofit. And my kids were like, Miss Tonya, what do we do? And I have these kids on the screen. And I said, okay, we do a sing-along. I said, so our first sing-along was, I can't even remember the song, but Adora, a deer, a female deer, right, her drop a golden sun. So to see all of these kids create their own versions it made my heart happy.
Mm-hmm.
So today we talked about emotions and how do we convey the message through our emotions, right? How do we get our listeners, how do we hook them in through conveyance of what we're singing about? And our song today was Lean on Me. So their assignment is to take Lean on Me and create it and send me a 1-minute video, because we're going to create this montage around New Orleans of this song, and then grabbing other youth in different communities all over the world to sing the same song in the same key. Because I told them, I was like, sing in C, we're singing in C. And create this montage of everyone singing together. Music is life.
It is.
So,
Taylah, what do you think? What is your creative outlet?
I actually paint more often. I know I'm not musically gifted, but I can paint. So actually, we're going to be selling some paintings down at the Seacliff Glen Cove rally. All proceeds go to Black Lives Matter. And I do feel like what Tonya just said, like there could be a lot of art created during this time that a lot of people can use to focus their energy productively and just like share emotions through it. You know, when you look at a piece of art, if the artist did a good job, like you can feel it, you know? So I feel like that's the best way for people to communicate, no matter where you come from, because everything is perspective. So when you take perspective out it and you're standing there looking at a piece of art, anyone can feel that. So I think any artist can really do that. Same for music. You know, you can feel what the artist wants to convey during their message.
That's so awesome. What do you think? Because we have a lot of different types of, you know, people from all different walks of life, races, color, creed, etc. What would you say, since we have the platform, what do people need to hear from Black women specifically?
You know, I think historically, Black women have really been the backbone of many of the movements. It's just not portrayed very often. I feel like we just really have to be the glue here, you know, try and enter the conversation as calmly as we can, because we know, and this isn't fair, but there is a stigma when Black women have been trying to convey this message for years. Instead of hearing the message, they just hear how passionate a Black woman is about the message. So I just think we need to be the glue and really convey the message that all we're asking for here is to matter, to be equal. Like, we just really just want to come together and unite. And if anyone wants to join us, like, they're more than welcome to come join us. This isn't about getting any higher than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
All we're asking for is to be equal. So however loud we have to convey that message, historically, we will be that loud. And we just want you to understand where we're coming from and why we are so loud.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, because as I was thinking, was the first statement came to me was we're not angry, which basically conveys, you know, Black women are angry, and when they speak from here. No, it's our passion.
Right.
It's our frustration, because we want to be heard. As Taylah said, we want to be respected, treated equally. We have rights. We have everything. If you want to know something, we don't know it, we're going to try our best to get the answer. If we don't have the answer, we're going to find someone who does know it. But I feel as women, all women should feel the pain of, we create what's here on earth.
So true.
So if we're the creators, we should be respected as that, and we should respect each other as that. No matter how you became a mother, whether it's a dog, a bird, a child, you know, we're still nurturers. Mm-hmm. And I feel that that's, like Taylah was saying, we want to be heard, and we want to be respected, and also just given a space to allow us to share, as passionate as it may get, crying, even if you see, it doesn't mean that we're taking it out on you. We just want to get it out of us so that the world can hear us.
Right. I resonate so much with what you just said. A lot of times I'm told that I'm aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate that word. That word has such a negative connotation. Like, why am I, as a Black woman, aggressive if I am passionate about what I am doing?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm assertive? Like, I'm not angry. You would know if I was angry.
Right.
I am not angry. I am passionate, and I'm assertive in my delivery. But our counterparts aren't seen that way. And
Right.
it's so exhausting just to be authentically you. It's like they want you to dial back a little bit and not be the true version of yourself. But that's what got me here. And I don't really feel like I need to change in order to succeed to do that. But like us having to be, you know, the nurturers that you talk about in order to uplift our community and drive the initiative forwards, and, you know, be scared about our brothers, nephews, husbands, boyfriends, etc., leaving the homes, but then have to put on that that face that
Yeah.
you're okay, but it's like, who's going to be there for us?
Yeah. I tell my kids, there are 4 words that they have to give me before they get out the car when I was bringing them to school. Focus, perseverance, patience, and truth. You have to be true to who you are. You have to be true. You have to persevere and just keep going. You have to focus. I don't care what's going on. And you have to be patient. It's going to happen. But those 4 words have gotten my son from a CD student to an honor student.
That's awesome.
Because he thought it would happen overnight. I was like, dude, and just conversation. And I yeah, yeah. We just have to continue to be the megaphones
right
for the world. And I don't care how loud you think I am or how whatever your perceptions of me may be, what you will get is the truth.
Right.
Because I can't be anything other than that. I tell my kids, they're 2 different people, an honest person and a truthful person. They're different. We're sitting here talking all this time, and I can say, can I be honest with y'all? What have you been doing all this time? You know, like, what you been telling me, girl? But if I'm truthful to you, I can be accountable for my words, my actions. And I feel that we are truthful and the world need to become more truthful.
Right.
It can hurt sometimes, but I promise you, it makes you stronger.
Yeah.
I don't want honest people talking to me. I want you to be true to me.
Right.
You know, be truthful to me. You're making me feel this way. Okay, why am I making you feel this way? I feel you're yelling at me. No, I'm speaking from my chest voice. I speak from my chest voice. I'm a chest voice speaker. I'm a head voice speaker. So it sounds like you may feel the vibrations of my chest voice.
That is hilarious. I feel like a lot of us can resonate with that statement.
So yeah, it's just my chest voice. Just so you're feeling the vibrations from that, you know. Yeah.
What are so you're creating music? Somebody asked a question: is there any new music coming? I know you said that you wrote a song last week, but do you have any other music coming?
In fact, that song as well as one I wrote. I wrote this. I literally write around water, and I will make up a song about anything. Listen, girls rising, we are strong, we are powerful, on and on. We are bold and so courageous. We are girls rising. So yeah, I make up songs off the cusp.
Yes. Y'all just got a free concert. Look, they're back clapping.
Yeah. New music is coming out. Hopefully by August, if not September, definitely between August and September, all of my new music will be out. But follow me on social media. Yeah. That's what you'll know firsthand.
So since music is the ultimate healer and you just gave us a snippet of something little, would you be so kind to bless us with a song? I personally feel like I need it. I'm pretty sure that other people need it too. But it would be wonderful if you would sing for us. You're like, really, Lauren? I hate when people do this to me too. I'm like, no, I'm good.
No, it's actually, you're actually fine. I'm gonna put my glasses on because I literally have my cheat station up here when I'm doing my live. I love all my scores and charts and things there. But I have the lyrics of the song I just wrote. Let's see. So this one is called Pushing On, and it'll be out this fall. And hopefully this summer. Y'all just send me positive energy because I want it to be out. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. This one is called let's see. Though we've had a screeching halt due to this pandemic, we ain't finished. reaching our goals. Keep on going. Don't give up. 'Cause we ain't finished. Keep on keeping on. Though you may have lost a loved one, I know the pain that you are feeling, but I want you to know that your loved one smiling down here below. All this time has been rough, and this time the going gets tough. Let me encourage you. Don't throw in the towel, because you come out as pure gold. Oh, keep on pushing on. Keep on pushing on. Keep on going. Keep on pushing on. When you get tired, keep on going. Keep on pushing on. It won't be easy, but keep going. Keep on pushing on. 'Cause we ain't finished. Keep on pushing on.
Wow. That is so relevant to where we are right now. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Tonya.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, it those lyrics just came, and we just got to keep pushing on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna take some time, but we're gonna be all right. Kendrick Lamar said,
I was literally about to say that.
Look, that's my workout song. What my workout song?
I'm about to be like, we gonna be all right.
Yep. That and be humble. Sit down. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Wait, when was the timing of that? When did you write that?
I wrote that last week at about 5:15.
Wow.
Yeah, 5:15. And it just came, and I was sitting, not to get so I was in the bathroom.
Sometimes the best creative ideas come in the most interesting places.
Exactly. And I was sitting, and I just got like this overwhelming energy, and I could almost as if I could barely breathe. And I recorded, I grabbed my phone and I pressed the memo, because I record everything. I could be in the shower and I said, babe, turn my phone on memo. And the songs will come. And I sat there and I remember taking like a, and then the lyrics came. And I had the show, and I performed it that last week. Yeah.
Does your creative ideas come for you like that, Taylah? I'm so curious. Like, does it just come like sporadically? Like, do you just start?
Yeah, just like sometimes it's just like you have to be in the mood, kind of like a feeling will just come over you that you're like, I need to like put this down on some paper, like I need to like get this out.
Yeah.
And you just sit down like with the piece of paper or whatever you're working on, and it just comes to you as it is. I know some artists, I know it's a little different, they plan it out and stuff, but
Yeah.
whatever I paint, it just comes from like what's in my mind. It's not like I can't look at a picture and replicate it, so all of my paintings are just like what just comes out in that moment.
Right.
I would love to purchase.
Yes. We'll have to get that information out so people can support you.
Yeah, definitely. We can't hear you.
Taylah, what is that information? And I'm gonna put it on the screen for you.
I don't sell my paintings or anything. I just paint. This weekend's gonna be the first time I really sell paintings, and that's just gonna be at the peaceful protest this Sunday in secret. I'm hoping to get an Etsy going, but it's kind of hard with school and basketball. I don't really have like a lot of time to sit down and create yet.
Well, it's time to start getting them sold.
Yes.
You're out of college now, so 'cause I would love to put a piece on my wall.
I'm actually going back for my master's this fall at Queens, and I'm gonna start playing there too.
Awesome.
Ladies, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. Just I'm so overwhelmed by you.
Just
So thank you.
so grateful to have you
Um,
here.
I wanted to say a couple things though. Taylah, I heard you say you're going to have your paintings at a peaceful rally in Glen, and that's happening this weekend. So I think it's just worth mentioning, because we probably do have a lot of people from our area watching, that there is a peaceful protest planned, a demonstration planned for Sunday in Glen Cove. I do know that a lot of people are concerned and worried about what it could possibly turn into. And I just want to be sure that we are saying on air that everyone's intention is for it to be a peaceful, beautiful gathering to show our support for the Black community, obviously, during this time. And so we're all praying that that is exactly what happens on Sunday at 3:30 in Glen Cove. And Taylah will be there. I'll be there. I know Nene will be there too. I'm sure Kathy will be there. And then something I just want to say about what Girls Rising is doing and does. And then, I don't even know what to say about what just happened here with y'all. Lauren, I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to be perfect. I knew it.
Keep going.
Yeah. But what I do want to say is our organization, Girls Rising, every year we have a music festival, but we give grants and we give scholarships. And this year's a little bit different because funding has been funky, for everybody all around. So I'm just so emotional from the show tonight. It was really intense. We typically give 4 college scholarships to women. And, we never ask when people send in their submissions, we don't ask race or anything like that. But I do know for a fact, we've received about 25 applications. I do know that several of them are Black, just from what they've written in their essays, and, they reveal themselves. And I do feel like, when you talk about what can we do, and yes, of course, Taylah, we can show up and peacefully protest, but I just feel like there's so much inequality on so many levels. And, I feel like, one tiny thing we can do is help like a Black girl go to college, fucking A. Like, what are we talking about? Sorry, Nene, I cursed, but and
Clutching my pearls.
so I'm just saying, if there's anyone watching tonight, we've got 2 scholarships that we are able to award. And obviously our board reviews everything and we try to be as equal and fair as we can. But I would love to be able to award more of the kids that have applied for Girls Rising scholarships a scholarship. And I would love it too. You know what I always think this will be the year that we're going to figure out how to do this, but I would love it if some of our donors, some of our contributors who give money every year, you know, would even consider the type of scholarship that follows a girl through all 4 years. And, you know, that's the least we can do as Girls Rising. You know, our mission is to empower girls. It's to inspire girls and empower them, and LGBTQ kids, you know. But now more than ever, our Black girls need us, you know. I mean, like the gay community, you know, the LGBTQ community, we all support, you know, when there's trans issues going on, every lesbian, every gay person, we all get behind them, we rally, you know. And as women, especially Black women, you're our girls, you know, you are our sisters, and it's time for us to show up, you know, it's time for us to show up and be like vocal. And I'm so sorry about what's happening. And that it took this long for all of us to get to this tipping point is the hardest thing to sort of live with, you know. So anyway, if anyone wants to start a scholarship through Girls Rising, we have candidates who are available.
Yes.
And Kathy says she wants to talk. So here comes Kathy for a quick second.
I'm trying to stay out of this. I want you ladies to know, and we didn't interject because it felt really cathartic to watch you all sort of talk it out. This is greater than you guys. We understand how, now we see how exhausted you are. I hate to say that now for some reason, this time, it feels different. We all know it's been there. I think it feels different now. I think we're finally hearing and understanding on a deep, deep level. It's coming out. I want you to know that I hear you, that we hear you, and that this is about all of us. It's not about Black people only. You guys have been saying this forever. It's now about us as allies to come in and be vocal, and talking about it is one thing, and we need to continue this conversation. This doesn't end here. This has to keep going on, but starting to put things in action and starting to, you know, it's hard to put into words, but I just want you to know that we hear you and we're going to do something about it. We're here for you. You are our sisters. Yeah. We're all sisters. So you know, it's emotional for us too. And it was amazing to have all of you guys on and to listen to you.
That new song. You kidding me?
Unbelievable.
So I didn't want to interject, but it's like, I
want to be sure that y'all, you know, we've connected you. That's the whole point of the show, actually. It's Girls Rising Connect. So we've just connected y'all. So I want to be sure you guys stay connected, because I think what you all did tonight here was magical. It was art unto itself. Thank you for contributing and making the event incredibly special. There's really no other words. But and just so you all know, we're on the Melissa Etheridge cruise, Cookie. You going to be back out? Because if you're not, you're coming with us.
I hadn't gotten any word yet.
Yeah, it's happening now. They moved it to 2021.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten any word. I submitted to come on to do with my own band, but hear back.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can tap on a few doors. And I'll send a text. But either way, you are coming on with us then, because you're going to be with us. We'll bring you.
Let's do it.
And then Lauren, Taylah, you want to go out on a boat ride?
Friends and family, right?
Yes.
Yep, friends and family.
Please get me out of my apartment.
We'll put you in a luggage.
All right, so let's wrap it.
I wanted to say one thing, and that is just again on the heels of the gratitude, the intense gratitude that I feel for having the three of you here with us, and to echo Kathy and Kristen, you're heard. You're being heard. We hear you. And I know that I am standing with you. And Cookie, from the moment I met you, I knew that there was nothing I wouldn't do for you because of the love and the light that you radiate. And that goes for the community. It's that we've come this far. I have no words other than the time has come to stand up for each other. And I hope that that is the rallying cry, because you are heard and you're respected and you matter, and you matter to me and to us. And you are, the three of you are exactly what Girls Rising is about. You're strong, vocal, passionate women charging through this world, and come hell or high water, there's change in your wake. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having this as a platform
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and giving it to and allowing us to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
Lauren, you brought the magic tonight for sure.
Mm.
I hope everybody feels a little better, and even though we all feel a little like we're going to cry or something, but
I think that's partially my fault.
Today's cognac day, so I'm going to drink me a shot of cognac.
yeah. Feels weird to say goodbye right now. Like,
I know.
We don't say
Well,
goodbye. We say see
we
you
should go
later.
out.
We should go
We
for
say see you later.
I tell you what we're gonna do. Let's say goodbye.
You left everybody in your own house.
Let's say goodbye in the broadcast. Say goodbye, and we'll raise a toast.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe.
Taylah, take care, kiddo. We'll see you Sunday.
Okay.